Hey there, my name is Jill Renee Feeler, and I've been an intuitive for about 10 years, really all of my life, but I didn't know that. It's kind of a funny situation when you've been an MBA and professional in business and successful in your business career, and then all of a sudden these very minor sorts of circumstances, you stumble upon gifts that you've had your whole life that you didn't know you had. Anyway, that's sort of my story. I've just begun recently doing readings like this for public figures in an unsolicited manner. I'm very cautious to do so in a way that's respectful, because normally in my private session work, it's very deep, obviously, it's very personal, and it's not telepathic, and it's not only mediumship, it's a form of channeling information and wisdom and insights and guidance and revelation from one's eternal self that they wouldn't otherwise have access to. So our best gift is telling our clients things that they don't know about themselves, or that they hadn't thought of, or a way of looking at themselves in a way that is significantly upgraded from the way that we, within our humanness, tend to look at ourselves and this reality and what's going on here. Okay? All right, sorry for that long intro. Today's reading is for Kanye West. I tend to be drawn to do readings to people, for people that are, in terms of these public ones, that are I can feel they have a lot of layers to them, lots of multidimensionality, and that are misunderstood. So I'm not saying, with all of these readings, I'm not saying like I'm for them or against them. It's not a pro or a con. It's more a matter of, hey, you may also want to consider this when you think of that person and what's sort of driving them, what's underneath the layers that you see in the world, etc. So Kanye West is very deep. There's a lot of energy there, and I'm excited because I don't know his Jill, and I'm not reading from anything. I'm not an astrologer. I don't have his birth dates. I don't have any numbers or cards. It's strictly intuitive. Okay. Okay, Kanye West. Yeah. I just felt his team say there's a lot there. Yeah, that's what I sense. That's why this is a fun, challenging one to do. Very talented, fights to take himself seriously in this world, knows that he is misunderstood, knows that he is significantly underestimated, knows that he has talents that he's not even aware of, senses that he won't get to all of those talents while in this lifetime as Kanye. That probably bothers him a little bit. He can be very hardworking. He can be easily distracted. Much more the visionary than the implementer. He is great at seeing an opportunity and bringing into form something that wouldn't otherwise be there. That's, to me, the definition of a visionary. Not so great at implementing it, though, and doesn't know when to stop. On his creations, he doesn't have a good radar for, okay, now it's done. So his projects tend to go long or never get finished, never feel finished, and he never puts it away, or like he never sets it free. Never is a strong word, but anyway, those are maybe some tendencies there. He has wild ideas, the very, very pioneering, sort of radical, completely unconventional, and totally original ways of looking at things. He is not interested in following in anyone's footsteps on anything. If it's not dramatically different than what the world already has, then he won't do it, because it's not of interest to him. If he's not blazing a new trail, then he's not interested in it. And he takes that very seriously. And part of him could begin, if he doesn't already, start to feel a little bit jaded, cynical, bitter. I like the word bitter, about not being appreciated for how hard it is to be that original, and to not have it, not be appreciated, to not have it be respected. He would prefer to get more respect, and if he were ever listening to, if he were my client, I would be saying, but buddy, I mean, it doesn't work that way. You can't expect respect, especially when you are bringing into this world something that it didn't ask for, didn't know to ask for, didn't know was possible. And for the vast majority of the audience that he touches, they don't understand it. Definitely not understand. They definitely don't understand it like he does. So asking others to understand your creations when they are that original, it's not fair. It's not fair to the audience, and it's like a recipe for feeling like, well, screw it, and just like going to become a cave dweller somewhere, like, well, screw this, I'm not doing this anymore. They don't appreciate me, all this hard work, right? That would be unfortunate, because he is offering a lot of originality and beat and just, beauty in a different way, unconventional way in this world. He's so talented. His team, what I call his eternal self-energy, I call it our team, looks at him as so unstoppable in so many ways. The only thing that's stopping him is him. He's making his life a lot harder than it needs to be. Loyalty is really, really big for him. When he feels like he's been, again, there's a pattern of, if he feels disrespected, oh, that's not a good side of Kanye. You don't want to see that side, and it acts out. There is some fragility there, and vulnerability there within his self as Kanye, when he feels like somebody that he thought he had a bond with and that he felt mutual loyalty, that he feels like an oath of trust and friendship was violated. It really crumbles him. He's very sensitive, and I hope that I'm guessing those in his inner circle know how sensitive he is. I wouldn't be surprised if he does not like how sensitive he is, and it's not that he compensates for it, but right alongside that vulnerability is tremendous strength. It takes strength to be a visionary in this world. It takes strength to be that original and that pioneering, but it's coupled with a good degree of empathy, sensitivity, feeling like he's on his own, and wishing there were more people that were on his side. And advocating for him and speaking up for him and that kind of thing. There were some things I'm like, if this were a private session, I'd go deeper in there, but that doesn't feel appropriate for a public reading, just in terms of like advice I'd give him, but it's okay. He's amazing. There's no telling what all he will show up, how all the different roles that he could play in this world. He's quite serious. When he has made casual gestures about running for president, he takes himself that seriously, that he has good ideas and that they should be heard. He wishes, I hate to speak for him because that feels unfair. I'm interpreting from what I'm being shown, quote unquote, that he wishes that the world would give him the credit that he feels he deserves. Not for what he's been through, but what he is, right? And he has trusted sometimes the wrong people in business dealings and things like that. Yeah, okay, let me just go deeper into this part. Yeah, full of surprises, likes to surprise himself, likes to have multiple projects going on at once. He feels like it keeps his creativity and his creative juices flowing. The more that he has unrelated and different creative expressions and visions, as the visionary coming into form that he's dedicating his time and attention to. Devoted father, devoted husband. His loyalty is really, really lovely. Really, really lovely. And he doesn't understand why. I'm sensing that he doesn't get why more people aren't like that. He's very confused. I get that he's very confused when somebody turns their back on somebody or so easily, like switches teams and things like that. He's like, wait, what? I mean, what? How does someone do that? Because he's so not built that way. So he's very, he does not understand that when that happens, in especially people he knows or people that he was counting on. Okay, what else here? I just want this to be quick. Okay, let me just go deeper on this part. Yeah, he's so talented. And it is odd that, but in a way understandable that, I mean, that's how a lot of creative geniuses, I would put him in that category from what I'm shown, creative genius. A lot of creative geniuses in our world were completely disregarded. So he's at least getting some respect and some, you know, some financial gain, right, from those who do see him and those that do appreciate him. I wish he knew how appreciated he was by those that do appreciate him as well as they can. Yeah. But I'm just thinking of like Van Gogh and some other pioneers, some other visionaries were not appreciated in this reality until after they were gone. And it's sad, isn't it, when you think of Vincent van Gogh and many, many others. There are so many. Yeah. Some that were never famous. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that could be uncomfortable for some people to hear because they may not understand this part. Not that you can't understand it, but it just may be not something on your radar. There's something called the Christed consciousness, and it is a way of embodying source energy similar to how Yeshua did when he was alive, that carries a light in a very angelic, maybe not a conventional angel, but holds the light in a very present, real way. Muhammad Ali had this. And if for those that knew Muhammad Ali in a very intimate, personal way, they knew this about him. It's so sad to me as Jill that he was only thought of as, and still is only thought of as, a boxer by people, because he was so much more than that. It does just break my heart, because when I see someone as such the bigger thing that they are, and Kanye, I'd put Kanye totally in that category. Very special being, more sensitive than maybe he wishes he was. Definitely a creative genius, multi-talented, uber talented, seriously talented. And I mean, Kanye, if I'm lucky enough for you to get to experience this, my advice for you would be, F them. Those that don't get you, just keep going, brother. I mean, just do what you want to be and do, and don't worry about the naysayers. They're not going anywhere. They will always be there. They're like professional complainers. So try to worry less about them. Try to give less of your time. It's great that you have a family and you have other positive, not distractions, but positive focuses for your energy, so that you can pay less mind to those that are in any way disrespecting you or not appreciative of you. But they're not going anywhere. And if you do decide to go into politics, I hope that you can develop a system of like thicker skin or appreciation that that's just part of the job, right? It just goes with the territory. Okay. So could you win a big election? I'm getting a yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all about divine timing and things like that. But the bigger question is, do you even want that job? Do you even want those jobs? Because they're not what they're cracked up to be, and there's a whole bunch of nonsense associated with them. Yeah. Yeah, I feel Martin Luther King Jr. stepping in here and saying he would have never run for office. He felt like he was able to make a much bigger impact in the time that he was here, in an unofficial, undeniable, very visible capacity. So that was a nice tip from him to you. Okay. All right. That's it for now. If anyone wants to check out more, my website is jillreneefeeler.com. I will disable comments for this video, given the video that I did for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and just I have in the description. I'll put in this description too why I am disabling comments. I mean, those that want to complain or throw shade or whatever, the part of what's underneath that hate is it's almost like a bully on the street corner, like, you have to listen to me. But here's the thing, I don't. If you don't like this, that is your choice. I don't have to give you a scorecard. to how I'm doing. I'm offering this free to the world with no obligation and not even ads. It's because I'm good at what I do and I love to offer what I can in this very different energetic way of hey, there's also this that to consider. There's another way to be ourselves in this world. So if you don't get it, that's your choice. I don't need you to get it. I get me. I don't need you to get me. Okay, so yeah, that's how we're doing it. So if you want to comment on my stuff, you can do it on your channel. You can do it on your wall. I don't need to make space for you on my wall and on my channel to do that. There we go. Okay. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye for now.